In this science project, you will investigate how 3D printing technology is being used with living cells, a method called 3D bioprinting. In regular 3D printing, three-dimensional or 3D objects are created one layer at a time, typically using plastics. The printing material comes out of a nozzle as a liquid, which then hardens onto a surface or platform. After the material hardens, another layer is deposited on top of the first, and the process repeats until the 3D printed object is complete. 3D bioprinting is a type of 3D printing that uses living cells and other compatible materials to generate layer by layer 3D biological structures. These structures could include tissues and even simple organs, which may be useful for tissue and organ replacement. Usually, living cells are mixed with a liquid or gel-like material, which is then printed out to create layers of the structure. In this science project, you will experiment with 3D bioprinting using plant seeds and investigate which conditions lead to the best bioprinting results. The seeds will be mixed with a sodium alginate solution, which will thicken and become a gelatinous substance when it's exposed to a calcium chloride solution. The materials list and instructions for the science project are linked in the description and includes a spherification kit containing the chemicals you'll need and a syringe. To get started with your experiment, you'll want to first prepare the sodium alginate solutions. You will create and test 3 different concentrations of sodium alginate solutions, 0.25%, 0.75%, and 1.5%. To create the first solution, which will be a 0.25% sodium alginate solution, on a digital scale, weigh out 0.6 grams of sodium alginate, add it to 120 milliliters of distilled water in a blender, add a few drops of food coloring so you'll better see the gel, top it off with another 120 milliliters of distilled water, and blend it all together. To prepare the other 2 solutions, for the 0.75% solution, use 1.8 grams of sodium alginate, and for the 1.5% solution, use 3.6 grams of sodium alginate instead. Prepare the solutions just as you did before, using the same amount of distilled water, adding food coloring, and blending each solution together. Store the 3 cups with the different solutions in a refrigerator overnight to eliminate air bubbles. The next day, you're ready to do some bioprinting. First, you'll want to create the calcium chloride solution. Do this by weighing out 0.7 grams of calcium chloride on the scale and mixing it with 240 milliliters of distilled water. Then take the cookie cutters that you'll use for bioprinting and place each one in an empty cup or mug that has a flat bottom. Slowly fill each cup with about 1 centimeter of calcium chloride solution. This will react with the sodium alginate once you add it. Next, take 3 empty cups and count out the seeds you'll be using. Here we're using radish seeds for each cup. We've counted out 100 seeds in each cup here. So using the syringe, suck up 40 milliliters of one of the sodium alginate solutions that you prepared yesterday and release the solution to one of the cups with the seeds. Gently mix the solution with the seeds. Repeat this with the other 2 sodium alginate solutions, so you will end up with 3 cups with the 3 different concentrations of sodium alginate, each with seeds. And now you're ready to bioprint your first layer. Use the syringe to suck up about 10 to 20 milliliters of the first solution of sodium alginate with the seeds that you want to test, mixing it slightly, and then release the solution into the first cookie cutter cup. Move the syringe nozzle around within the cookie cutter mold to create a single layer, including filling in around the edges of the mold. Watch carefully to see how the sodium alginate solution with the seeds reacts with the calcium chloride in the cup. Repeat this process with the other 2 solutions with the seeds until you have 1 layer in each of the 3 cups with the cookie cutters. Be sure to label the cups with the percentage solutions used. After the first layer has sat in each cup for 15 minutes, pour an additional small amount of the calcium chloride solution until the solution is about 1 centimeter above the previously bioprinted layer. Then repeat the process. This means you will syringe on another layer of sodium alginate solution with seeds in each cup, making sure to add the correct concentration to each cup, wait 15 minutes for that new layer to solidify, add a little more calcium chloride solution, and then more sodium alginate solution with the seeds. So layer by layer, you'll fill up the cookie cutter molds until they reach the top of the cookie cutter. Add some final calcium chloride solution so that it just reaches the top of the cookie cutter mold and lets everything react. Then let the gels sit completely undisturbed for at least 6 hours or overnight. This will help them to solidify. Then carefully rinse the gels, remove the cookie cutters, and make initial observations. Did any of the gels shrink compared to the molds around them? How firm or soft are each of the gels? Place the gels where you want to grow the seeds. This should be in a warm, sunny location. Make sure each gel is at least half submerged in water to prevent the gel from drying out. Check the gels each day for 2 weeks. Do they look like they are changing over time? If yes, how? Do any of the gels have seeds that look like they are sprouting? Overall, what do your results tell you about which conditions lead to the best 3D bioprinting results? Which sodium alginate solutions resulted in the firmest gels? Which gels resulted in the earliest sprouting seeds or the greatest number of sprouted seeds by the end of your experiment? Can you think of ways to improve upon the 3D bioprinted materials you created here? There are many other things you can try for this experiment. So, for more ideas and written instructions, make sure you check out the link in the video description. For over 1,000 other projects in all areas of science and engineering, check out our website at www.sciencebuddies.org.